Hello, 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 hello. And we are live. Welcome, you beautiful people from planet Earth. We are live. I didn't put the location. I should have put location today for the live. How are you? Whoever is on, you're more than welcome to say hello. Oh my goodness. And tell me where you're from. 'Cause I'd love to know where you're from. Well, actually, let me look over my notes. You guys, what we're gonna talk about today is gonna get so deep. And I am so ready because, like, what I've been learning and from both, like, I think it's all now psychic, right? Psychic perspective. Now it's all about confirmation and understanding how it works even further. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna say it. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. The things that I've been learning. It's really fucked up. And the part that is really fucked up, the part that makes me feel like, oh my God, is because it's true. That's the part that is fucked up. It's like, it's been there for a long time. Like, you knew that there's subliminal messages in music. You knew that there's some music that is just not healthy for you. And then when you confirm it on such a deep level, you're like, wow, I didn't want to know, but I'm so glad I know. You guys. You guys. Ooh, let me look for myself. I haven't looked for myself. Hello, whoever is tuning in. And today I am playing Chill Hop. Today I am playing Chill Hop in dedication to the topic that I'm going to talk about today. It's insane. I'm still like, oh no, I gotta... Oh, sorry guys, can't do two things at the same time. Oh. Okay, well. Let's tune the chat in. Yay, are you guys excited? So who's here? Where are you guys from? Is it the same usual suspects? Aw. So my internet has been acting funny. So the chat might be a little bit limited today. Just a little bit. But, gosh. Oh my gosh, I need to open up one more page. Ooh, we're gonna talk about some Kanye. We've talked about Kanye before, and the internet is talking about Kanye everywhere. So, but I hope that the information that I will give you for Kanye is gonna be like more helpful. Also, please let me know if you can hear me. I'm from Philly. Oh, I can see the chat now. Oh, great. I couldn't see it before. Yay. Ella from Philly. Cool. Lauren is here. Cool. Oh, guys. So I hope the chat works because apparently the connection is not all that great. So anyway, let me know if you guys can hear me well, and especially because I want to kind of like chill back, like kind of hang out today because the shit that I'm going to talk about is like super deep and I want to take my sweet time. Becky, oh my God, Becky, you're here. Big hugs for you. Okay, so let's start the class. Let's start the class the way that we started it last time. which is actually, you know what? Before we start the class, I have to do a prayer. I have to do a prayer because the things that we're gonna talk about today are a little bit evil. Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit evil, and what happens is that when you talk about evil, you attract evil, and a lot of people don't they don't see the seriousness to that, and I do. I see the seriousness. I see the evil. Okay, right when I talk about evil, for a good extended amount of time, like a good minute, shit happens. Okay, and maybe you guys can't see it, but I can see it. So if you're ever going to talk about evil, if you're ever going to talk about, you know, Mr. Satan, make sure that you always do a little prayer so that effect doesn't take place, because it's an effect. For every action there's a reaction. Here I am, like, trying to get, so I have this bad habit. I'm sure you guys don't mind, but it's a bad habit. It's a little bit of a bad habit. Since I was a very, 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 very young child, since I started writing, I always get close to wherever it is that I need to be. So like, if I write, I have to, like, I would write like this, you know, and like if I have to tell people something, it's like I have to, like, you know. I'm so dramatic in that sense, but I just want to chill. I want to be chill. Let's see how that works today. Okay. Oh, it's so nice and chill. Okay, it's chill hop. So you guys can hear me okay, correct? Oh yeah, perfect, Ella. Yay, perfect. All right, so I hope that I can bridge the gap today for a lot of things, you guys. I mean, I am going to bridge the gap for so many things. So many fucking things. Jesus. All right, so I'm just gonna do a little prayer, okay? To protect this space. Okay. Hey, God. You know what I'm gonna talk about today. Right. All right, so I need you to do me a little small favor. Clear my heart, clear this house, clear this space of all negativity, clear the block of all negative energy. Nobody is allowed. I am gonna talk about some things, but they need to stay out, okay? And yeah, any negative resonance has to leave right now at this moment, and only the highest levels of love are allowed to be here. Only my helpers and the highest levels of love are allowed to be here and allowed to give me this information. Thanks. In the name of God and the aliens, because they're helping too. Okay. Amen. Okay, so yeah, this is what happens, guys. Lesson number 1, if you're gonna talk about evil, clear the space. And you saw how non-fancy I get with God, because God is everywhere and God hears everything. So you don't have to get super fancy with it. You just say, clear the space, negative energy out. I'm about to do something that is important, and I don't want any intruders. Because what happens is that when whatever you talk about, you attract. And people think, and because you can't really see it right away, it means that it means that it didn't work. Fuck no, okay? Just because you can't see it right away doesn't mean it's not there, already hanging out in the background, trying to fuck with you. Right. So, any sort of thing that you talk about, you are summoning it, okay? You are summoning that. So that's why the whole Black Lives Matter movement, black, everybody putting black up, what do you think we just summoned? the fuck do you think we just summoned? We just praised Satan and we had no idea. I like the techno and stuff they play. I know. I think I was a musician in another life because, thank you for asking that, Peter. So Peter asked me, do you make music? I like the techno and stuff you play in some of your videos. Okay, class is in session. So I'll tell you a little bit about me as far as music so you guys can understand that the information that I'm gonna give you is not just psychic. And it's not just things that I've learned on the internet, but it's like some super deep shit because I understand music to a super high degree. Because my gift, part of you know, everybody comes here with gifts. So part of my gifts is to understand music, is to have an ear. I have a very, very deep ear, like so, like that's why I can hear. So I hear in different areas of my ear area. And I mean, sometimes I hear here, but here is different. So I hear in different areas, right? And I can hear music and I just know. I know. I cannot tell you much about it. Like, well, that's why I'm a hypnotherapist. A hypnotherapist is somebody who focuses on talking and sound. And I deal with a lot of people that have, oddly enough, I deal with people that have already been through hypnosis and it didn't work for them, but somehow they like my work, so they try hypnosis with me and boom, it works for them right away. So it's because my specialty as a human, as a hybrid human, is music. Music, understanding the hidden subliminal messages of music. So this is in conjunction, which I recently found out. Let me chill out. This is in conjunction to the fact that I recently found out that I have slight autism. I am autistic, yay! You guys, I know that there's such a bad thing about autism, but autistic people are some of the smartest people in the planet. And oddly enough, there was always something about me that I wanted to be autistic. Just like there was always something about me that I wanted to be a psychic medium, and I'm realizing that I'm all those things. It's just, obviously the autism, I have it very mild, and it's just a way of thinking. And so autistic people can perceive things such as music and color. We perceive it extremely well. So that's where kind of it comes from. When people speak, I know a lot about them, and I don't even listen to listen to the words so much. I listen to the vibration of the voice. So many people, when they speak, they say one thing, but their voice says another thing. So I really don't listen to what you say. I listen to what your real vibration of music says, because we all vibrate. Therefore, we are all music. So and which because we vibrate, we are energy that moves and vibrates. So these energies come into our bodies and they leave our bodies, right? So the same thing is with music. Now we're establishing that, and it's very good background, so you can understand where I'm gonna come from when I speak about music today. And I'm just blown away. I'm blown away. And it's so beautiful because everything in my life is in such chronological order. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, so I am not a musician. I'm pretty sure I was a musician in another life because I channel music. I channel dance. I channel all these things through me. It's really interesting. When I woke up with the Kundalini, when I became more psychic, it was through music. Okay, and I'm gonna explain more. And it's not just me, a lot of people, and you guys have it too. It's just for my specialty, it went through music, but we all have the potential. Great. So with that said, I'm gonna talk about Kanye really quick, in the sense that I'm gonna give some background for Kanye, because Kanye has a very, very interesting condition, and it's not how do I say it? It's not bipolar. Kanye, I have so many things to tell you guys. Kanye, I said it in the last part, he's not bipolar. He's not bipolar. But I'm gonna go so deep. He was threatened, and he had to say that he's bipolar. But Kanye has a condition similar to my autism. And actually, it probably is a form of autism for him as well. Because he can see music. He can see music. That's basically saying you can see the energy field of God. Yeah. But people see it in different ways, right? So like, that's when you do shrooms or when you trip out really hard, you can see the energy of things, and that is a wave, and all that stuff is music too. So, but you know, he talks about that he can see music, he can fracture it out into a painting. That's some super high level shit, guys. Super duper duper high level shit. And he understands, and he's, you know, he understands the connection to music and humanity and the planet and all that stuff. So I want to give that background. And there's a condition to that. I forgot what it's called. I'm not gonna get fancy. And I've been, my brain can only retain so much, you know, especially right these days. All right, so we talked about Kanye's background, talked about my background. Amazing, as far as music and how it's all, you know, we're all music. Everything is music. So what does that say? That you're also easily manipulatable. Boom. Because we're all energy, and we're all moving, and everything is. And then that means that music hits us. And that means that we're easily manipulatable. This is the kind of shit that I talk about and it pisses me off, but it's the truth. I'm so glad Fernanda. Fernanda says, oh my God, I related to this. James, hey James, how are you? Peter, you seem like a musician. Yeah, Peter, so you know, you already know. So I get the feeling that my partner, my life partner, is going to be a musician or has some sort of music influence, because that's what I put out there, you know. It's so big in my world. It's so big, and right now it's not even that big, but when there were concerts going on, when like the music scene for me was huge, and it's only gonna get bigger because that's what I'm chasing. I want to be a music coach. I want to be a psychic music coach. So thank you. Because I understand the impact of music in the body and on people so much, from the musician to the listener. And I just love music so much. It connects me to God. It is God. Yeah. It's fucking insane. So, what else do we know about music? I want you guys to write it down so I know where to start from. What else do we know about music? Okay. Peter. Synesthesia. Synesthesia is where you see tones and colors and the other way around. There you go. Yeah, Peter. Totally. Totally. What do we know? What do we know about music? What do you guys know about the negativity of music? Okay. And so I know where to start. Okay, Peter, I don't experience this, but I do get ASMR, which is related. Yes, ASMR is delicious. It's amazing. Yeah, we can talk about it later. What ASMR does is that it awakes your body. It really does help you feel, because the human doesn't like to feel. That's why we have music. Music helps us feel and channel the inward feelings that are inside. And that's how we stay healthier, to be honest. Okay. Oh no, I messed. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey John, welcome to the party. Fernanda, it moves us. It can tell many people. stories, it brings us together. That is, oh, you know what? That is the best part about music, that it brings us together. That's the best part. It really does bring people together. It really does unite us. So I guess this is the beautiful, that we're gonna say, we're talking about the positive things of music, which is wonderful. We need to remember the positivity of music. The power of music is God. God is in music. I found God in music. God came to me in music. It came to me in ecstasy too, you know, a couple of ecstasy pills. Yes, it comes in like that too. But that's not the pureness that you want, you know. That was a stage. Those are stages that gives you little perks. God knows I like drugs. Shit. I was that kid that I didn't see drugs as a bad thing. I knew that is how people used them, that it was the bad thing. Same, girl, same. I found that music, John found that music always helps me connect to my higher self. Exactly. God is in the music. Music is what connects us to our higher selves. That is how your higher self can truly speak to you. If you break loose enough, your higher self can embody you. If it feels good, can embody you. And can embody you and give you beautiful things. Yes. But the thing is that it's not always going to be your higher self that is going to embody you. And it all depends on how you're feeling inside, and it depends on what music you're listening to. Okay? So let's get fucking deep. All right, so I'm just going to lay it out. And you know, I'm trying to be all cool, like give you guys a good story, and then the climax, I think we're at the climax part where I just need to lay it all out. So I have to say, I knew this about Beyonce. I've always felt this. I've always felt this. And this is why as a child I did not listen to hip hop music. God took me away from hip hop music. I never ever 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 liked it because I knew there was something wrong with it. I knew it. I felt it. And this is the psychic medium aspect of myself that needed development, right? I always known when just music doesn't feel good, when it's not good. And this is the huge lie that they tell artists. And friggin' Beyonce, she doesn't worship the God that we think she worships. She really doesn't. And I made all these, you know, physical and non-physical connections that just fucking told me, look, Iris. And I didn't want to see it because we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see that our favorite artists are satanic. But they are. And I learned so much about how it works, guys. Like, I understand so much that it makes me want to cry a little bit. Because you put, instead of the connections, you put the big circle. It's a big circle, and it's just more, and it's like a rabbit hole. It's like a rabbit hole. What else do I want to tell you? It's so beautiful. There's just so many beautiful things too. Like, so classical music is from the earth. So every music has a... How amazing when I start talking about nicer things. So everything is perfectly timed. When the music went blank, I talked about some heavy shit. And right when I just changed subjects and I was about to talk about nicer things, the music came back on. So the beautiful part, there's so much beauty in music. Because everything has a rhythm, everything has a vibration, everything is music, everything dances. Our natural state is either rest or is this kind of movement. You know? It's not like go to work and you know, no, it's you know, this kind of a fun, right? And so I've been learning that when I got activated with my higher self through music, through techno music, because the techno is my favorite music in the whole wide world because it's not from this planet. So, and I am not either. And so, as my higher self like came to me through music as I was dancing, and I just like let myself really, I just cried. I remember I cried I started crying. I microshroomed, and then I hung out, and then I started crying because things come up for you, and I just started. But I wanted to dance, and as I was I wanted to dance. You know, God told me play this DJ, and then I was like, okay, sure, and I started playing the DJ, and all of a sudden I wanted to like shuffle, and then I wanted to cry. And I realized, and then I wanted to cry because I was connecting with something even deeper as I kept shuffling. I started shuffling and dancing in ways that I never even danced before. And then as I started, I was breaking through my body in ways that I never broke before. And then I realized that I was inhabiting something delicious. And then it started, and it was like this energy that came through my crown all the way down and all the way up, but it was like and then when it came through the neck, they inhabit through your neck. When it came through the neck, it was like going up, and I was like, oh yes, you know. And then all of a sudden I was embodying my higher self, and my higher self was making me realize my power, my beauty, my dance, my love, and then all the pain that I carried because so many people doubted me, and I even doubted me, and so many people made fun of me. I didn't make fun of me, but I knew people were making fun of me. And it's like I understood that I was doing the path of Christ, because that's the path of Christ. When you go into the unknown and you follow a voice and you get beat, that's the path of Christ. And I just busted crying because I just realized my full potential. And then I don't know, I just started to just realize that I don't know, it was just such an out of control. It's actually, I detailed it more in the conversations, accessing deeper levels of love. So if you want to know that story, how I trans-channeled my higher self for the first time, and it was just the most amazing experience, and I got activated into the Christ consciousness, I suggest you watch it. But it was all through music. And what I've been learning is that classical music is from the earth. This is why we dance ballet. Like ballet is from the earth. Like anything classical is from the earth. Plants, they have a sound, and when you plug into their sound, it's classical music. They all have instruments, so everything is a reflection. Like all our instruments, our physical instruments, are just a mirror reflection of the sound of the plants, or of the sound of other places. So it's extraordinary. And music, I can tell you, like music from India, music from Egypt, like music from India is from another planet, because I know what planet. Like it's part of the Sirius star constellation. At least some of it, you know. At least I know some of it. Techno is from it's electro. It's from outer space, because I remember when I had my DMT trip years ago. This was like 3-4 years ago. I fucking like. I came out of my body and I heard music that the same types of sounds that I heard while I go to techno concerts and techno parties. So I started making all these connections, and then little by little they started revealing to me that I am from another planet, you know. And each type of music is from another part of the universe, and it's just fucking fantastic. Okay. Lauren, I've been feeling that way since she raised her new album. It's creating more racial separation and the symbolism is huge. Lauren, I feel you. John, I'll get back to you on that one. John, I saw an experiment years ago where they play different types of music to water particles and they show the different shapes they can produce based on the type of music. Yeah, it's beautiful. You can do it right now. Get a cup, play some music, plug it in, see the different changes. It's really cool. Fernanda, Colors channel here on YouTube shows a lot of amazing artists with good vibe. Cool. Sky Beauty, happy Lionsgate energies. I'm feeling it today. Awesome. You know, I still yet have to open up to the Lionsgate stuff, but when it happens to me, I can't wait. All right, so I guess we're talking about like the most amazing, like, you guys, to when you realize the origin of things, when you realize that all these sounds are just mirrors of natural earth sounds, you know, it's just the most beautiful and loving, ecstatic. It's ecstasy. Like, music is ecstasy, and it's who you are. It's what you need to feel. You know, you're not supposed to feel ecstasy 24/7, but it's who you are. It's the primal force energy that creates. It's the sexual energy that creates and manifests, and is done with music. It's done through music. So music is so powerful. Music is so powerful, which means that we are also easily manipulatable. We're easily manipulatable. Okay, so it's 11:33. That's my cue. And oh my god, and it's 11. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. All right, so I just saw 11:33 twice. So now let's get to the different aspect. Let's get to the different aspect of music. What do you guys want me to talk about, the different aspect of music? Because there's just so much. All right, so let's talk about Beyonce, because I think that's the part that, for me, it's kind of nudging and it makes me sad. So I want to get the sadness out of the way. So the reason why I'm sad is because I don't want to think that of the person. I cannot believe that I cannot believe that people sold their soul. People sell their souls, and people really do sell their souls. It's a real thing. And not only that, but I can see it in other people now. Like, I have a friend acquaintance. I'm not gonna mention who. I'm not gonna mention anything. But I have a friend acquaintance that sold her soul to the devil. She sold her soul to the devil by being in a relationship that she doesn't want to be in. Right? But it looks amazing. And you know, she has a business and it looks beautiful. And she's doing good things in the world. This is Beyonce. She's doing good things for the world, right? So you feel like, oh, I'm balancing out my karma. I'm gonna sell my soul to the devil by doing something that is against what I really want to do. That's how you sell your soul, by the way. But there's more to it. I didn't want to believe this is true, what I will be talking. I didn't. The thing is that the things that I'm going to be talking about are things that they're so icky but true. So, you know, this is the mentality of artists, and this is the mentality of people that sell their soul to the devil. I'm going to stop the music because I don't feel like hearing this anymore. This is why I stopped. So, and the people that sell their soul to the devil, they do it because they want to be famous so bad. They do it because they want the money and the power. And for one more thing, actually. One more thing. You know why they do it too? It's not just the fame. It's not just the power, because that makes them look really, really ruthless. Right? When we talk about like, oh, they just do it for the money and they do it for, that sounds really ruthless. But guess what? That's still a human being. So that means that person at some level has empathy. And so what they do, what artists have to do, is that what they put them through is that they, yes, they want the power, they want the prestige and the money so bad, so they keep going with it. And when the time comes to really sell your soul to the devil, when the time comes to really sell your soul to the devil, you are put in such a position. They put you, the Masons, the Illuminati, the presentation that they give you, they put you in such a position that you can't say no. You can't say no. So, and this is how crimes are committed. This is how crimes are committed. When you talk to anybody who's done a crime before, they always know right before they do it that they shouldn't do it. But they do it because they feel like they don't have a choice. So, the way that it works, this is the big, so we're going to talk about the big lie. This is where we're headed. So the way that the big lie works is that there are a billion aspiring artists. A billion, right? More than a billion. There are a billion. And then they scout the most vulnerable. But not just the most vulnerable with the looks. They scout the most vulnerable with the looks, and that has talent. Okay. The most vulnerable does not mean always the poor person that lives in the hood, even though that is also a big business. It doesn't only mean that. The most vulnerable is just people that are power hungry. Those are the most vulnerable people. People that are power hungry, and then people that are just hungry. Guys, hunger is what makes us vulnerable. If we can learn to live with the emptiness, this is why in my last episode I talked about fasting. If you can learn to live with the emptiness, you will not be fooled by the devil or by Satan. You will not be fooled. Because Satan goes to the people that are hungry. And he goes to the people that are physically hungry or mentally, emotionally hungry. And that usually happens to people. So people that are hungry are people that were never given the attention. And they are the ones that are able to put up with the lie. So they scout you. They wanna, it's a lot like how the Star is Born. Like how Star is Born, the movie. They scout you. They take, you start to perform. You start to move your way up. Whatever. You get a record deal. You get into a label. By the time you get a big record deal, you are literally signing all your rights away. As you probably already heard, you literally become their puppet. It starts little by little. Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that? But not only that, it becomes, what is that called? It becomes, fuck, I forgot the name. I got distracted by a comment. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It'll come back to me. So, okay. So you're in the record label, and then they start telling you to do this, do that, do that. Oh, okay, I remember. There is a grooming process. There is a grooming process that takes place. Just like right now we're being groomed. This whole COVID bullshit thing, wear the mask, this is all grooming for what is to come. I talked about it in my last videos. So if you haven't, you gotta watch. This is a grooming process. It's only gonna get a little bit worse before it gets better. And yeah, we're talking about war. We're gonna go into some form of civil war and revolution. And it's in World War III is happening right now through music. It's been happening through music. It's gonna be happening. It's all connected. It's a network. It's a very big network. And music has kept us in a hypnosis. So what they do to these artists is that they seek the vulnerable. They do all these things, right? So for like pop artists, they want them to look like Britney Spears kind of thing. Britney Spears, Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande, to be honest with you, and Selena Gomez, to be honest with you, to me, especially Ariana Grande, is like pedophilia at its best, because that girl looks like such a little girl. And she was around since she was so little. Like, the artists are getting younger and younger kind of thing. I'm just putting that out. That is a mental iris note that she just wanted to throw out there. So for these kids, they want them young. For the pop singers, they want them young, fresh. You know, that's what they're, you know, breeding. And then for the hip hop artists, you guys, this is some fucked up ass shit. Fucked up. Can I say fucked up? So this is what they do. They scout these people in the hood. They want to get lower consciousness people. They are most hungry. Of course, they're trying to get out of the hood. They're using their rap lyrics to get out of the hood. And guess what they do? They get the most degrading looking people, okay? Because I don't know hip hop artists very well, but Tyga looks like he belongs in jail, okay? Little John looks like he belongs in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get super low consciousness people. And low consciousness people are, when I say this, it doesn't mean that I'm not trying to insult anybody. It just means that they are still part of the scarcity mindset, and they're just, you know, and they're just naive. So low consciousness people doesn't mean that they're bad people, okay? Please, let's get out of the 3D mentality. I'm in 5D here. No judgment here. But they get the lower consciousness folks that still have the scarcity mentality, and they get them and they tell them, yeah, we like your work. They like their work because they hear their music. The angrier the music, the more they like it. I've talked about this before briefly. So when they say like, nigga this, nigga that, fucking bitches up, hoes, oh, let me get that hoe, and blah, blah, blah. You know what the producer does? What the executives and the scouters do? They tell them, yes, keep writing those lyrics. Yes, keep doing it. We're gonna send you this, and we're gonna give you this, and we're gonna give you that, and we're gonna give you that, and that's why they give them the advancements. They promise them all these things. But the truth is that they're selling their souls away, because now the record company owns all their rights. So it's like they're just a creator. They're not the artist. They're the creator, and it's like they stripped away the artist title. They put artist, right? It's a mind fuck because it's visual. They put artist. Oh, you're the biggest superstar. But they're not the superstars because they don't own the rights to their music. So they're not the superstars. And so what happens, what people don't understand, is that when you see an angry artist, when you see an artist that is self-expressing and is expressing things about nigga fuck, pussy this, and jack 'em up, and all these things that come from life struggles that are real, what that does anyway is that it festers. It's a hate festering thing. And when you add words such as nigga and triggers and fuck a nigga and fuck that, and you know what I mean, you are conjuring that energy. And they want that. That's why hip hop is the #1 mainstream music. It's an anti-Christ agenda. They own the music industry. And then there was a part of me, I'm not gonna say it just yet. There was a little part of me, and I hope you guys can say, yeah, sure, I understand now. There was a little part of me that was like, okay, but I was trying to like ask them, even though I saw it, even though whatever. Like I saw all these visions and I understood, like Avicii got killed because he realized that his employer were the same people that were trafficking the children. And he made a video about it. And that's why they killed him. Because he bit the hand that feeds him. You cannot bite the hand that feeds you. And not only did he bite the hand that feeds you, he got out of the business abruptly, causing people multi-millions. You think these Satanist people are gonna be like, yeah, sure, okay, Avicii wants out, okay, let me let him out. Let me let him out. Okay, oh, he wants to cancel all his concerts. Oh man, I guess, we gotta cancel the concerts. Right. And then he goes ahead and makes a video about child trafficking being the same executive from the music industry. Right. So Avicii knew that he was working for the devil. They all know that they're working for the devil. But they know and they don't know. So when they first start, they don't know. They just know that they're signing their life away to the music industry. And those lyrics that they do, it's a harvest. It's a harvest of hate, and then it's thrown into the sound waves of the entire planet. And you know what people do in their cars? They go, right? And you think it feels good, because the devil is also here to give you pleasure. The devil gives you pleasure through drugs. The devil gives you pleasure through sex, through just sexuality and no real feeling behind that, and through money. And because we live in such a huge struggle where the same executives from the industry that are owning billions of dollars in music are also part of the same range of money of executives that are owning all the other corporations that completely low pay people and keep us on this 9-to-5 bullshit mind control. So do you see how all these, just a few people are running the world? All these, like, these people, they're like, okay, I take care of the music, you take care of the money, okay? And we just keep this program running. I've been hearing that music has Satan in it. I've been knowing that there are subliminal messages in music all the time. But this is some real deep shit. This is the deepest of the deepest. Because this is where the real mind control comes from. And it's through music. Because we are also music. So we just vibe. And because we are not fully connected to God. Give me 1 second, guys. My dog needs something. He's my little dog.
What's up, Pizza? Hi.
Okay. So that's where the real mind control is at. And because we are not that connected to God, because we don't quite understand God, because we are about to understand God really well as that which is the quantum leap that we're gonna take. We're about to really understand God. But because we don't really know God, we cannot discern. And we don't understand. And because we also have the ancestral trauma and the anger, and it's just the level of mindfuck, okay? Because you also have negative spirits attached to you guys. When you're not when you're not saved, when you're still like not understanding what God is, and I'm not even like that Christian, but I'm psychic enough to see it and understand it. Like we have negative spirit attachments. Well, you know, as humans, and that's a normal thing. Every time you get angry, every time you lose it, it's a fucking demon. And then you're like, wow, why did I get so angry that I blew that out of proportion? Because it wasn't you. When you black out on an alcohol and you did silly things, guess what? That wasn't you either. That was somebody taking care of your body, taking over your body. So just the level that we are in, because we are still not understanding what God is, it really affects us without understanding. And because of our traumas, we feed into the anger because I keep saying that I'm going to say because of this, because it goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Because of the lower dimensions. And then you say, and then, you know, you ask, you say, okay, how come if there is God, how come he's allowing all this shit, right? All this stuff to happen. So within God's universe, from what I'm learning and what I'm seeing, within God's universe, this is a game. He created this as a game for him to get to know himself. And within that game, he created light and he created dark. Okay, this is why he cannot interrupt, because it's a game that you're here to watch, you know? And the people that believe in you, then these are the people that you can connect with enough to be able to guide. But the people that don't believe in you, or the people that don't believe in God, he cannot connect with them because we have free will. So he can't connect with us. So he has to let it play out. Plus, we are relatively a young planet. And part of the game, and this is part of everything, I mean, growing a plant, part of the game is to not interrupt the process of maturing. God cannot interrupt that process. He created it. He was like, hey, these are the rules, these are things, this is, you know, I can't. So, and if you want to look at it from an intergalactic perspective for my star seeds, because I'm a star seed now. It's so cool. I love being an alien. And if you want to look at it from an alien perspective, a star seed perspective, first of all, God still created the earth. However, he called upon the creators of the closest creators, light beings, to him, right? And these light beings these aliens are in the fifth dimension. They like it, but they don't like to be called aliens because of the word. It's an alienic word. So they are light beings, but they know that I like the word alien, so they let me use it. But it's not always well received, and it's not always well used. So these people, the Pleiadians are the original creators of this planet. They're the ones that created Christianity. That's where we all hang out. Heaven is really Pleiades, or depending on what planet you're from. But if you're Christian, most likely you're from Pleiadian DNA. Most humans have Pleiadian DNA, if not all humans have Pleiadian DNA. And that's the way that it looks like from an intergalactic perspective. Okay, so the point is that also from the starseed perspective, they cannot touch us. Like, they're in the fifth dimension, they're looking down on the third dimension, which is planet Earth. They can't touch us. So only the beings from the first, second, and third dimension can touch us, and those are the lower vibrational spirits. Those are the satanic spirits. Now you're understanding where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So, those are the satanic spirits. And that's why Satan is so preeminent in this planet, guys. Now it makes more sense, right? That's why Satan is so prominent in this planet, because that's just part of the rules of the game. The beautiful part about this is that it's a game, which means the game progresses, the game ascends, right? So we're shifting from the 3D perspective, where we have the lower aliens, the lower extraterrestrials, these satanic energies fucking with us. We're shifting into the 5th dimension, into the 4th, 5th, where God and all the higher level creatures are. And so we're not leaving without a fight, guys. And this is what is happening. It's being revealed. We are in Revelations in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And so this is why Satan has taken over the music industry, kind of thing. And has taken over a lot of the planet. Like, a lot of things from the planet are Satan made. Like, even iPhones. So this goes to show you that everything has a plus and a minus. However, we are moving away from the plus and the minus, and we're just going into one, which means we are all the same, we're all connected. Which is why you can still use your iPhone. Because yes, Satanist people made it, Satanist energy went into it, but I'm using my iPhone for a good thing. And I bless my iPhone. This is why you have to bless your material things. Because everything has energy, and it has darkness. Because we're coming from the darkness into the light. See? So that makes more sense, right, as far as the music industry. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna look into your comments, because there's a lot. All right. Okay, John, yep, look at Britney. Yeah, I mean, Britney is a beautiful example, and she's been talking about it in her music. Slave, I'm a slave for you. All you people look at me like I'm a little girl. Have you ever wondered if I ever wanted to step into this world? Right? So, I'm a slave for you. You know? So we think she's talking about some hot guy, because they changed the verse after that. She talks about some guy. No, that was them adding that. So, okay, Fernanda de Lima. John, oh my God, the Britney thing is insane. Yeah, the Britney thing is out of cut. But she's just one of the many artists, and we're just so happy that Britney is out into the light, because now we're gonna have a lot of respect and a lot of unconditional love for Britney, and that is what is needed. A lot of people need a lot of love and a lot of unconditional love about this situation, because she got made so much fun of. Like, she was such a big target to be made fun of, and look now. Okay, Peter, please do set up a live stream. Okay. Fernanda, it's so obvious Britney is suffering. I don't know if Britney is suffering right now. I don't think she's in as bad of a place as she was, but now the thing is that now we are learning the truth of the matter. Okay, I just don't know. I believe in Christ, though. I believe in God and in the universe. Oh, that is such a great, Fernanda, that is so great that you say that. First of all, it takes balls for you to say that. And second of all, you do believe in the Christ. The thing is that it hasn't been explained to you in a way that you can understand it. Because it's exactly what happened to me. When I suggest you watch Spirit Science, but I don't know which one. Try to okay, for everybody, if you guys want to understand the Christ consciousness, this is the best way that I was able to understand it. And then after that, I was able to pick up on everything, and I was like, oh, you know. So, you know, videos serve as a mental template for the brain, so it can open up, right? So if you want to understand Christ consciousness, go to Spirit Science YouTube channel, and then within the Spirit Science YouTube channel, you're gonna type in uh, Christ consciousness Spirit Science. I don't know what episode it is. I forgot what it is, but I know he the guy talks about it, and this guy is a friggin' fucking expert at I'm a visual person, obviously, for who I am. And so he showed it in visuals, and I was like, ding, ding, ding. My whole brain lit up. And I was able to understand what Christ consciousness is. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll explain it to you. But I still suggest you watch it. What Christ is, this is how I know Christ. This is how I know Christ. This is how Christ has come to me. What Christ is a way of thinking, honey. That's it. It's a way of thinking. What you have to forgive is the negative connotation that has been given to the name Christ. Just like I say this over and over again in my videos, because it's the truth. It's just like the word nigga, right? The word nigga has a very negative attachment to that. Just like the word pussy. Yeah, I'm saying it, right? People don't even want to say that word. And then the real people that have their mouth loose, they're like, oh, pussy, 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 right? But you can tell that a lot of people feel very uncomfortable saying that word. Why? Because it has a very negative connotation. You know what is the negative connotation of the word pussy? Pus and rape. Come on, it's right there. Pus and rape are the underlying words of pussy. That's why we don't understand it, but it's there, and so we're like, I don't want to say that word, pussy, right? But when you can heal the negative connotation from the word, then you'll be able to understand. Okay, so now black is now black has that. Yeah, the word black has that. So now you're understanding. So the word Christ, again, if you don't want to say Christ, you can say 5D consciousness, because Christ, Jesus Christ, is in the 5D. And Christ is not so much of a person, it's a mentality. It's the mentality of unconditional love. It's the mentality of compassion. And it's the mentality of non-judgment and unity. Yeah. So this is what Christ consciousness is. That is called the Christ consciousness. Okay? Jesus Christ. So Jesus, I didn't believe in Jesus for a very long time. I realized that Jesus is real. Jesus is somebody that did live here. Just remember though, for people that, just remember for my viewers, that, and the Bible is real in many ways. I used to not like, this is coming from somebody who really did not like religion. Now I have the utmost respect for all religions, because now that I am in Christ consciousness, you can see the truth and you can see the ego, right? You can see the fucked upness of religion, but that doesn't bother me anymore, because I'm not part of that group anymore, right? So now I see religion for what it is. It's the path. You know, people fuck it up with their 3D mentality, but I don't really want to see that, because I'm not there anymore, you know? Just giving you pointers. Okay. I believe in, okay, so you believe, yeah, I mean, my name is Universal Iris, honey. You think I don't know what you're talking about? I get you. But it's all the same, and it's different levels too. Oh my God, I'm getting all, it's a lot. So, okay, watch my channel, watch my YouTube video called Channeling the Sun. The truth will set you free, but it will piss you off. Because something about that video led me to tell you that. But, oh, because in the video, because in the video I say, what, I don't say, I wasn't there. But the Son, which is like Father God the Son, I think? I don't know. The Son, which is Father God, it's hard for me to even realize that I did that. But when Father God was saying, when I was like trans channeling and the Son was speaking, he was saying, this is bigger than God. And some people got offended by that. And the thing is that it's almost dumb to even get offended, because he even explained why it's bigger. It's not because this is better. You see how we're still in duality? Bigger doesn't mean better. So that is the human mentality of 3D thinking. He says this is bigger than God because God is still holding on to Christian constructs where there are limits. You know, like God punishes, that's a limit, that's not true. God is a jealous God that only wants you to praise him. That is a crock of shit. You get what I'm saying? So the Son was saying this is bigger than God because this is source or something. I don't know what you have to watch it. This is the Son. This is God. But this is the unlimited God. This is the universal God. So but some people took it the whole wrong way, and it's like no. So yeah, that was the thing. Let me see. Fernanda, the way Jesus Christ is presented as white dude doesn't write with me. Yeah. Honey, you make up your own rules. That's another thing. At one point I thought Jesus was black. I was like, that motherfucker has to be black. From what I've seen, he's between tan and not yeah, he's between tan and a lighter shade of white, like, but I haven't, like, I can't tell you that I've seen him in full-fledged right now. I can only tell you that I've seen like parts of him. So I mean, the way that it's being presented to me, that he's more like white, but he's still tan. Chloe, no, mamita, can you not? Okay, Peter, but wait, can't music be just entertainment, like art, film, dumb, cartoon? Peter, that's a great question. Peter, but wait, can't just music be entertainment, like art, film, a dumb cartoon, like Family Guy? Rap is low conscious music. Not everything has to be deep and happy, right? That is such a great question. That is the question. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this just one by one. Can music be entertainment? Okay, music is entertainment. Music is entertainment. Okay? The thing is that even just by asking that question, which is a beautiful question, it's the human naiveness. Yes. That is a human naiveness, and it's beautiful, honey. It's beautiful. It makes me want to hug you, because that's how it should be. Okay? Entertainment should not only play hip hop in the radio 24/7. Okay? And entertainment, like, it's the agenda of entertainment that they're pushing. And people are like, but what do you mean? Like, but that's normal. It's not normal, because there are so many other types of music and so many genres of art and so many other subcultures, not just rock, hip hop, and pop music. There is so much variety, there's so much beauty, there's so much entertainment, and they only push that agenda, and those three agendas have been infiltrated by Satan. This is why, if you haven't made the connection already, you don't want to be a mainstream artist. This is why, as an artist, when you understand, as an awakened artist, when you understand what is going on, you do not want to be a mainstream artist. You know what you want to be? You want to have your own record label. This is why I love techno music. Because those motherfuckers figured it out. And they throw some giant concerts. Giant. Festivals that don't even end. We love to party, you know? And they created the system of having their own labels. So they have the rights and they have complete control of their artistry. They don't have people telling them what to do. They kind of do. But for the most part, they don't have to. So then now you can choose what sort of entertainment you really want. Now you have a choice. I'll give you another example. How it's the agenda of entertainment. When you go into I am an expert at taking away people's fear. So at the end, I always this is why we had to this is why I did the prayer. I'm hearing you, Fernanda, because Fernanda's like scared now. This is why I did the prayer. I think I'm pretty expert at this, and I will show you guys how to clean yourself from this, okay? Fernanda, am I black? Baby, I don't even know what I am, but so far I'm not black. But I am everything. I am so mixed. Like, but I'm not black though. I'm actually white. I'm just really tan. I'm really tan. My dad is really tan. My mom is really white. And I didn't come out white like my mom. I came out very tan. But that's a whole other, and I think it's really interesting because it's been a huge enigma for me understanding myself. So I would love to live that for another conversation. So let me see. Where was I? Okay, so the entertainment. Okay, when you go and do a story, so on IG, I love to be very active on my IG. I'm an artist. I every day I am finding beautiful things about the world and the universe, and I post in my stories, and I'm very artistic, and I love music. So when I go on, and if you haven't noticed, when you go into IG, hi Celso, when you go into IG, you're gonna go and you're gonna post a story. You're gonna add music. All the music all the references that gives you are all references on hip hop music. And a lot of that hip hop music is super dirty because I pressed on it. And all I heard is killing nigga and killing and pussy and killing. And the struggle. And another thing, like, okay, so Drake. I want to talk about Drake really quick. First of all, he doesn't write his own songs. Why? Because I saw it. I could hear it. I could hear that he doesn't. So when I listen to music, I just know things about people within that music. And I could tell that Drake doesn't write his own songs. Drake is a very, like, he came from a rich family already. He doesn't know anything about the struggle. Yet he writes about the struggle. He sings about the struggle. That's not him singing. That's them telling him to sing about the struggle because that is what's gonna sell. So then we transmit that music about the struggle and the taxes and the this. What is it? Haven't paid my taxes. I drank too much. You know, things. That's the struggle, because it's not about the words. It's about the feeling. Haven't paid my taxes. I drank too much. When you think about that, haven't paid my taxes. Shame. I drank too much. Shame and irresponsibility. That's what he's conjuring as you are singing. And yet is a form of release because you're like, haven't paid my taxes, I drank too much. You know, so for you it's like self-expression. But it's a double hidden meaning. It's unconsciously tapping into shame. And so, started from the bottom, now we hip. Let me not get. He is the last person I'm gonna talk about because he is gonna be the main guest, baby. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my main guest today. Oh, okay, so anything else that I want to tell you about the struggle? Okay, so they tell them broadcast. This is what is selling. That is what they say. Oh, this is what is selling. This is what it is. Yeah, because we're all fucking slaves. So we want to listen to music that we can relate about the slavery. That is called trauma bonding. That's called trauma bonding. We're doing trauma bonding with music, and that's what keeps us fucking stupid. So sorry. It's just ugh. It's the human coming out of me. We are trauma bonding with music, and we don't get it. We don't get it. And I just want to be the one that tells people, stop drinking the water. Stop listening to that garbage. Stop it. You need to listen to things that uplift you, that make you feel good. And it's not about hip hop. It's about certain songs, and they are mostly hip hop because they target those lower consciousness people that are power hungry, money hungry, that come from a large amount of scarcity, and they say, yeah, we love the story of your struggle. Go and please, let's put it out into the world, and I'm gonna give you a lot of money. And then you know what happens? It gets more sick. So then they start transmitting all these things, and they keep us in the struggle. They keep us in the this. Actually, hold on. I have to write something because if not, I'm going to forget. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. I want to see if I can. Let me see. Okay, last part about Peter's question because I really liked it, and it's true. So art, film versus dumb cartoons and Family Guy. Okay, dumb cartoons and Family Guy are also based on real life struggles and issues. Everything, every art, every piece of art is not what you we talk about entertainment. It's just like a piece of like but nothing in this planet is everything in this planet has a purpose. So every piece of art, as much as it may entertain you in your eyes, that piece of art has emotion. And there was an artist that conjured up the emotion of the art, just like food. Food has emotion. Whoever makes the food. But I see it more in art. People say it's the same thing with food, to be honest. So entertainment is entertainment, but that entertainment is significant. It's always giving a message. It's always giving a wave. Everything has waves. Like even this lighter, right? This lighter has a wave of energy. So it's entertaining me. The lighter, cigarette, whatever. But guess what? This also has a meaning. Like it has a deeper wave of energy. And if I really, really want to tune into it, I can, like, if it has a message for me, it will give me a message, because everything has a mind. So that's why we have to be very careful with the sort of entertainment that we feed ourselves. And this is the entertainment that they're feeding us. It's fucking insane. It's insane to me. Like now realizing all these things, like I log into Instagram, I want to post a story, I want to add some music, and all I see is a bunch of dirty ass rap music. Dirty ass rap music. I have to be like, okay, let me look for like meditation music. Let me look for some techno. So that's what I'm saying, guys. And everybody's like, ooh, 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 ooh. And it's all over the world. And especially the United States. It's all over the world. It's a cult. It's a cult. So watch your entertainment. That's it. Just watch your entertainment. The easiest thing is just put things that make you feel good. That uplift you. And then if you're going to put some, I'm not saying that you can't do dark shit. God created dark, honey. I'm not saying that you can't. However, we have to be conscious. We have to be conscious. We have to be like, okay, I'm going to listen to some deep-ass, sad shit for a little bit. I'm going to channel that little demon. and then out of here, because you have to channel emotion out. If not, it festers, right? So that's how you can play with darkness. In order to get out of darkness, you have to play with darkness, and you can play with darkness. I mean, if the phones are made by, if Tesla, the other day I was like so disappointed. I was like, fuck, that's the car I always wanted. Now I don't even think I want that car. And then somebody told me, I forgot who, somebody told me, Iris, it's all the same, honey. Who do you think created Nissan? Who do you think created, all the other cars? They're all fucking crazy. They're all crazy people. So just pick your poison and bless it. So that's kind of, I hope that answers the question. Okay, after that, let me check. Okay, there's another thing that happens after that. Okay, so dumb cartoons. You have to be picky with your entertainment. Yeah, Christ is just a little title, not named like king. Black or mixed. You see, like, some people are being triggered, by saying all those things. Of course, like, I'm not here to, like, sweetheart, and everyone that is going to be watching this video, I don't put what is it, band-aids on wounds. I take out the band-aid. So yeah, I'm here to show light, and it sucks because I get hated on sometimes, very few, but I get it. I was there too. Okay, so Sky Beauty. Spirit shows itself you in ways that you are comfortable with. There you go. I saw an African Krishna that came to me looking like one of my best friends, but I knew their true identity. There you go. Beautiful, my Sky Beauty. Bye, Fernanda. Okay, John, Peter, N-word. Whoever gets triggered needs to go heal. That's it. You're not ready for this types of honest conversations. I mean, are you serious? You're giving me shit about what I just explained about the word? Give me a fucking break. Okay, why do people? Okay, let me see. That's a really good question, and it's not Ella. You showed, it's hidden. I'm trying to show it for people. Okay. Peter, I have no problem with low vibe hip hop or music. You know what? It just depends. Like, these are stages. So for a very long time, I can now know that for a very long time I can now know that God was kind of preparing me. Give me 1 second, guys. Shissy, do you want to go inside, papito? Yeah? Okay, honey. Hi, mi amor. You want to go inside? Oh, baby, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, my little dog is the cutest, most beautiful, sweet thing in the world, and he's just there, like, sitting there, like, oh. And he's like, I've been waiting for you. All right. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to answer Peter's. I have no problem with low vibe, hip hop, or music. So it's stages. It's stages. So for a long time, I rejected hip hop music. And now I know that it was because God was prepping me God was prepping my energy. And it's just, I couldn't mess with those things because I understand now. Now, funny enough, now that I feel like super protected and super in love and super beautiful in so many ways, and I'm creating my own heaven on earth, I don't have a problem with hip hop. I just don't listen to it that much, like barely. Only it has to be like nice songs, and there's a lot of nice songs out there. But as soon as it starts to get dirty, it's like, ugh. And now I understand. Oh my God! Of course, this is why I don't go to. I used to work at clubs, but after a while, I couldn't. I stopped working at clubs, and I after I became, like when I became more spiritual, like when I opened up my business and I just started like awakening more, I just couldn't do regular clubs anymore. I couldn't. It was the weirdest thing, and I almost felt a little bit rude because a lot of people go there. Like my friends would go, and not just like clubs, but like lounges and stuff, and they played hip hop, and I had to leave, because I just couldn't, like, and I just didn't understand. And now I understand, because I understood that I couldn't put it into words, but I felt the vibrations. And another thing that someone told me, and I can see it now in my brain, in my mind, is that in clubs and in bars, um, in clubs and in bars, there is so many demons. There's so much darkness, so much dark energy, and they're all hanging out at the top of the roof. And they are around too, but they're mostly at the top of the roof. And what they do is that, you know, they see energy. So they see your energy. They see how lit you are and how vulnerable you are. And depending on how lit you are and how vulnerable you are, they attack you by possessing you through the alcohol. So that's an interesting fact. Okay. So this is why you just cannot channel those things for too long, you know. Okay, Ella, why do people relate to angry songs to feeling confident and like a bad bitch? Definitely put those two together as a teenager. Ella, that's another fucking fabulous question. Like, fabulous. Fabulous. So, because people feel powerless, honey. This is why we love the low vibrational hip hop. This is why we love hip hop. Because we have the collective consciousness of humanity feels powerless because we don't believe in God enough. So we feel powerless. This is why there's so much sexual trafficking. Because we believe in this greater authority that is parenting, and we have this horrible notion of what God really is. Like, we think that God punishes. We think that God is authoritarian. So what happens is that we follow our bosses. You guys think that it's just a God thing. No, we put our bosses in those positions. Instead of, like, we continue to go with what our bosses tell us, even when it feels wrong. And this is the part where we feel powerless. And this started in childhood through our parenting, because since we were very little, we were not heard, we were not felt, we were not loved. So we were made to feel powerless. And that powerlessness stays inside of us. And this is why we are attracted to darker energies. Thank you so much for asking that question. This is why we love to be angry, because anger is above powerlessness. At least if I can feel angry, I can feel something. I can feel some form of power. And even happiness, because I can break away from the powerlessness. I can break away from the depression. So that's why we like angry music. That's why we like hip hop. That's why we like, I'm talking about gangster rap. That's why we like heavy metal. That's why we like dubstep. Dubstep. I love electronic music and I like dubstep. I don't love dubstep. I like it. You know why I like it? Because I can channel my anger. Because dubstep has angry, subconscious tones. It's anger. It's electronic anger. You know, gangster rap is anger. It's anger. Heavy metal, woo, a lot of anger. You see where I'm going? So we like things that make us feel powerful. And that's why we opt into, oh my God, it goes again. So it's a vicious cycle. We like things that make us feel powerful, because anything that makes us feel powerful, that means that we feel powerless. You know, when it comes to the darkness, not light. It's because we feel powerless. So then it goes back to Hollywood. It goes back to the music industry. All those people come from feeling hungry. hungry, physically hungry, mentally, and emotionally. That means powerless. They know they have a talent. They know they have God's gift. How am I going to get it into the world? Well, here comes Satan with a record deal. Let's see if you'll say yes. And it's easier. It's easier to work for a record label. It's so much easier. You get the prestige, you get the concerts, you get the tickets, you get the sales, and you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about management. I mean, you do. You do. If you're very smart, you will. You see, if you're not, but they don't want to get those kinds of people. All right, so I'm gonna go into the next part because it gets even more interesting. It gets even more interesting. You would think it would get, guys, if you're enjoying this chat so far, just give me a thumbs up and fucking share this with people, because this information, why I take pride in my gifts and in music and everything that I'm revealing to you, is because I understand the psychological background, the energetic, spiritual, physical, and psychological background of everything that is happening, and historical background. It's so crazy. It's like now everything that I have ever studied that I thought was dumb, I remember studying like world religions and world history and all this shit, and I was the one that I wanted to study these things, and now it's like it's all coming back. These are cycles. So okay. Oh, I have to tell you the other part. It gets even more fucked up. Give me 1 second. Okay. Peter, I just saw your comment. Peter, we're digging into a rabbit hole. I'm gonna hold your comment for a second, okay? Okay, Ella, thank you so much for answering, of course. Peter, electronic anger. Becky, this explains so much for me. I have never been able to tolerate angry music. Even as a teenager, listening to what my friends listened to made my skin crawl. Right. And the reason why it made your skin crawl is because you're not in the same level of powerlessness and anger as them. You're relating to them as your friends for other things, but you don't have that. You're not matching them on the music because you don't feel the level of powerlessness that they feel. And also that feeling also comes from other lifetimes. So it's also unresolved things. It's so interesting. So interesting. Okay. I'm still going to hold your comment, Peter, okay? So it's going to get deeper. All right. Here we go. Right. So what happens is that they wait till you make a certain amount of money. And I even, like, I this is a combination of visions, but spirit guides me into what I need to watch, and then through what I'm watching, he gives me more visions. So it's a web of just, like, it's like you press one thing and it goes whoop, and then you go whoop, like that. It's a web of things. So it's a combination of some people's work, and it's a combination. I might mention some people's work, so that's what I'm saying. So, and what I'm saying, what God tells me is that this is all true. So like I'll watch something. Oh my God. It's just amazing. It's just amazing, the answers that I get. It's just, I'm still getting used to it. So I'll watch something and then I'll ask, I'm like, it's just, I already know, but they'll tell me like what levels of truth it is, because truth has levels. So, all right. So what happens is that they leave you alone. They don't tell you this is going to be festered as Satan. They don't tell you anything like that. But what they do is that they wait until you hit a certain amount of money. That's where the MK Ultra. They tell you, they look for you after you hit a certain amount of money. And when you make a certain amount of money, that's when they will recruit you. And it's a grooming process. And it's a grooming process that is like so-and-so will be dating so-and-so, and then they will be invited to a party, and then within that party there's executives, and they are sincerely interested in you, but after a while they start to make you do things that are sexual in nature. And the thing, and what happens is that the artists are already in such a awkward position that many, and they're also vulnerable, so that makes them do those things. Wow, I'm at 95 minutes. That makes them do those things. So so they end up prostituting themselves, and then they and then it starts with first with like prostitution or promiscuity, and then it goes into the rituals. It goes into the secret societies and into the rituals. So with these rituals, right when they get to the point of the ritual, there is no coming back. You know, it's literally like taking the red pill, but it's like the red pill of Satan. Like, right when they take you to that, it's a grooming process, and right when they take you to that, there is no coming back. You'll be threatened for the rest of your life, kind of. Like, you can come back, because I can see some people coming back, but they are threatened for the rest of their life. They're threatened with their lives. So what they do is that there's an initiation, and there was somebody that was detailing it pretty good. I don't remember, but the point is that there's an initiation, and then I through other people that talked about their dark energies, I understood now that there's a certain so the way that Satan works is that you have to do, like, because I kept asking, okay, that I asked my people, I'm like, okay, there's Satanism, there's the waves, there's this, but why the sacrifices? Like, okay, I understand what's going on down in the tunnels, because I saw it. I understand how the sacrifices in the tunnel work, but I don't understand how the sacrifices in the music industry and in the Hollywood industry work. How does it work? Bruh. When I got that answer, everything went full circle for me. Everything went like, wah! The answer is that yeah. Hold on, guys, because it's like a lot. It's a little bit a lot, because it's a lot. The way that Satan works is that he needs a sacrifice. And it makes all the sense. Because he needs to destroy your soul. He needs to destroy a part, like that part, any sort of light that is within you. He has to destroy it so he can fester inside. Because we all carry the light. But through our traumas, the light gets destroyed. And so when you are a beautiful, vulnerable person who is put in a situation where you're being groomed and you're being shown these things, your level of trauma is not going to be high. Your level of trauma is going to be kind of low. I mean, you're an artist making money, and you're giving your gift to the world. Like, you're still in mind control. You're like, everything is amazing. So what the devil has to do, and what these initiations have to do, is that they say, okay, we can talk about your process. We can talk about, putting you in this, here, and give you this amount of money and give you this prestige, and then, you're gonna be all over. Like Lady Gaga said, I'm gonna be all over, right? You're gonna be all over. You're gonna be all over. But you have to do something for me. So they're like, yeah, that's cool. And then they say, who do you love the most? This is not a joke. Who do you love the most? And people say, you know, my mom or my daughter, my wife. Okay, I need you to go and kill them. And that is a sacrifice. That is how they take your life. I need you to go and kill that person. And so they get the person that you love the most. And that's how they take away your light. And then you say, no, I can't, you know, like I can't do this. They're like, okay, now it's gonna come full circle for you guys. And they say, okay, so you have like 3 options. You either kill the person that you love, sacrifice the person that you love, or you sacrifice the child. Or you're gonna sleep with a child. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how Satan has been infiltrating pedophilia in the music industry. This is why they need children. Because children are the supply. They're like, okay, you don't want to kill your family member? Sure. But this is what you have to do. And now that you're part of it, you're going to have to stay quiet. If not, we're going to kill you or your family. And ladies and gentlemen, that is what happened to Kanye. That is exactly what happened to Kanye. Kanye's mom did not die because of a surgery. Kanye's mother died because of a sacrifice. If you look up older interviews of Kanye talking about his mom, look it up. And now it's gonna make so much sense. Back then, it didn't make sense. The things that he said, he would say things and it just wouldn't make sense. And that's why everybody called him crazy. Because everybody is talking in codes. And nobody understands. So they happily label you as crazy. Yay! And then we get back with the program, the mind control music program, the mind control entertainment program. So what happened with Kanye was that, actually, okay. So what happened with Kanye was that he was part of the Illuminati. He was part of those secret societies. He did not know exactly what he was getting himself into. And they asked him for a sacrifice. And he didn't want to be a part of that. And then they killed his mom. And he wanted to expose more. But they killed his mom. That's why Tupac got killed. Tupac got killed because he was exposing the Illuminati, the secret societies. And so this is the threat that Kanye has been for a long time. But you know why? This is also why Kanye is so outspoken and aka crazy, but really outspoken and talking truth. Because he already lost the thing that he loved the most. So he's open game. Kanye is open game. He's like, fuck it. Obviously, up until now that he has kids, that's a whole other thing, which I'll go into in a second. But this is why Kanye, up until before he met Kim and understood that Kim is also from the devil, Kim is not entirely from the devil, by the way, but she is, and I'll explain to you. And this is the big problem they've been having. And also, she cheated on him. Sorry. And he's been on that. He has been one. They have been having problems for a long time. They you know, like he feels completely, you know, devastated. So he's open game for that. So before he met Kim, we've always known Kanye as to be this super crazy lavish singer. Super crazy lavish singer. And we just really didn't quite understand him. Even when he met, like up until he had kids, honestly. When he had kids, things shifted because now he has somebody to really love. Now, you see, now you have a different form of. But haven't you noticed that when he had kids, he shifted. He became more quiet. You know, so because he, before it was open game for him, he was like, fuck it, I already lost what I wanted. So he was talking about, like, it's just what he said in some of his interviews, in more than one interviews, he said, it's just so sad to get what you want at the cost of somebody else's life. That's what he would say about his mom when they would ask him about his mom. They're like, what can I tell you? This is just so sad that somebody's fame, somebody's success is coming at the expense of somebody's sacrifice, somebody's death. Some shit like that. Like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. So now Kanye has a new enemy because now he's fed up. So his tweets. Oh my god, I wanted to pull his tweets. Let me see, Kanye's tweets. Everybody's talking about his tweets, and I went online yesterday, and I saw a couple of interviews of people talking about his tweets, and it hurts me. It hurts me because even though we know the truth, like, we know Kanye is telling the truth, like, in the back of our minds, we know he's telling the truth, but we still decide to call him crazy, and that hurts my spirit. For sure. That hurts my spirit because it's all true. There is no crazy there. It's all true. And then and somebody asked me about Kanye's tweet about Get Out. Oh, the movie Get Out was about me. He's talking in code. It's easy. It's easy now. He's talking in code. He's basically talking about the slavery of being a musician and going into a family where they're trying to control his mind. You haven't noticed, like, this is why they say that the Kims have a curse, that all the men are tragedies. Yeah, because these women sold their souls to the devil. And I'll show you how they sold their souls to the devil. So there is no man that can come and clean that up unless he's just as devilish as them. But you know what? God loves them so much that God doesn't want a man like that. He sent Kanye instead. And Kanye right now is awakening big time. He's been awakened. But the problem is that Kanye didn't. He's been awakening. He doesn't understand his own power because he still decided to be friends with Beyonce and with all those people. And this is the rift that is causing, because he's like, wait a second, I'm awakening to all these truths about God, yet I'm hanging out with people from the Illuminati. What? And this is what we do all the time with our music. We do this all the fucking time. This is why we're not in alignment. Alignment means I will not have anything that disturbs my peace. For I am my creator, and I am trying to bring forth my creation. So when you put things that have like negative resonance around you, you're not gonna manifest easily. You're not. So this is the struggle that Kanye is going through right now. Okay. All right. Let me just pull up some stuff. Okay, and let me go into. Okay, so actually, before I go into that stuff, okay, so the sacrifice, the kids, and also, I mean, I could even get a little bit gory. Like, it has something to do with, like, when you have anal sex with somebody, when you have anal sex, that splits your mind. Okay, so when you're doing these these initiations, they kill your soul by you doing something that you really don't want to do. So by either sacrificing a child, which is why they need the supply of children, because nobody's gonna kill themselves. Nobody's gonna kill their mother or their father or whoever they love, right? So then they go to these poor countries. They take these kids. You can watch it. You can watch the video from Justin Timberlake, Supplies. That video he made it years ago, and it didn't go viral, but it's on YouTube. It's called Supplies, and there's a censorship on that video. So they go to these poor countries and they take these children and they use them for rituals. And then all of a sudden you see Beyonce's name everywhere and Lady Gaga's name everywhere. So, and yeah, and when you do things like especially like anal sex and rape and all these things, that splits your consciousness, right? That takes away your light and it splits your consciousness because it's a trauma. So that split of consciousness that happens, that's where the demon now can take over. Because when you sign these contracts with the soul and say that you want to be powerful, you want to be everywhere, you want to be a billionaire, all of a sudden your light leaves through the split of consciousness and through the traumatic experience of whatever sacrifice that you had to go through, and then a demon takes over your body, and that is what runs the show from now on. And the thing is that demons, and it's more negative spirits than demons, because there's negative spirits and then there's demons. There are a lot in people's bodies. They may be in your body. I forgot who Sasha Fierce is. Is Sasha Fierce her demon name? Is Sasha Fierce her demon name? And so yeah, so that's how it works, guys. So you see how now it all goes like back to circle. That's why they need the children. That's why they need the sacrifice. That's why they need that. And that's why they have the power. And that's why they have the music. And it just goes, and it's just like a cycle. Right? And it's just like, what the fuck? Right? Another thing I want to say before I go into Kanye's tweets, I think I'm gonna leave this one last thing. Okay, so let's go into his tweets. Fuck it. Let's see. I put my life on my God that North's mom would photograph her doing Playboy. That's just him awakening. That's him awakening to the shame of the wrongness of doing those things. That's like going to see your daughter at the strip club and taking photos and being proud. It's the same thing. Same thing. Different settings. Same energy. Okay. Let's see. That's why he does all those things. Like, he just let himself be. Oh my God, this is... We gotta get into this topic. It goes, I put my life on the line for my children that North's mother would never sell her sex tape. That means she sold it. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You know why? I don't think it was her. Guys, can you tell me if you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was her. It was. I'm pretty sure it was her mom that sold it. It wasn't. And this is why everybody calls her mom the devil. Everybody, like in that realm, a lot of people call Chris like devil manager or like super this and super that, and it's not because she's this total crazy bitch. It's because of what she did. That's crazy. And she has her daughters as commodities. And you know what? Look, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If I have talented children, yeah, I want them to shine. But it's through what means, you know? And I just get that really strong feeling that she was the one that sold the sex tape and later told Kim. But she didn't tell Kim, because the thing is that I saw Kim's face. I saw Kim's face when they were talking about her sex tape. And I perceive truth. And when I saw her cry, I can tell that she didn't know what the fuck was going on. But later her mom told her, honey, how do you think we got to where we got to, baby? I let it go viral. I let it go viral. The same thing with Paris Hilton. Come on, they're best friends. It went around almost at the same time, and now they make 100 million a year. They just exploited that, and that is how you sell your soul to the devil. By the way, when you attain money, and fame through means of just dishonesty, that's literally selling your soul to the devil, because you're achieving the same outcome but not with integrity. So there's and this is a very special contract, because it's not that I don't see Kim as part of the societies. She's not part of the societies, so she's not part of the Illuminati. I'm pretty sure she's been in it, like she is friends, but it's not something that she wants to deal with, because she knows that if she gets discovered into those things, she's really gonna be fucked. So but you sell your soul to the devil by achieving something without your hard-earned work, kind of like buying followers. God, it's so funny. Oh my God, my higher self tells me who buys followers. I'll be like, oh wow, her Instagram, whatever, and my higher self is like, she bought them. And it's most people that buy them. And we think that we're doing the right thing, because we are trying to grow our business or trying to grow our stats and try to do this, but you are making a contract, because what happens is that when you do that, you have to give something back, and that something is going to come in ways that you don't like. So the example with Kim, she made the contract with the devil with the sex tape, blah blah blah. Now she has an empire. Kim, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is their huge money maker, but she also has a bunch of other shit and blah 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 blah. Right? So it seems innocent. It seems innocent, and it seems like it doesn't matter. Right? Letting that sex tape go viral was innocent, and it doesn't matter. And I created a bunch of money with it. But the problem is that there's an exchange, and her exchange is the men and the children. And actually, now I'm gonna drop some names. There's a YouTube channel that I found, that God put me in my way, because I was asking questions, and I need confirmations. You see, I tell God, okay, God shows me things, like my higher self shows me things. But then I need a confirmation. I need somebody I need somebody else. I can't be the only crazy person that's seeing this, right? So I go online and I look at other people's prophecies, and it's fucking insane how much is the same. It's all the same. It's just amazing how I can match. But I found this YouTube channel. They're Christians, and they're amazing people. It's a couple. It's called Henry and Monique, and it's Monique with a C, Monique. And they are Christians, and they have a lot of prophetic dreams. And what they said about the Kim situation is that her exchange, besides the men, is her children. Her little boy, her last little boy, is gonna have a lot of health issues. And this is how this is the outcome. This is the consequence of the universe. This is not a punishment. This is a consequence of the universe. Like they're like and this little boy is gonna, it's not that this little boy has gonna have like mental issues or whatever, it's more like health. Seems like he's just gonna suffer from a lot of health issues, and plus her personal life. So this goes to show you guys, and a lot of these artists have very, very bad personal lives. This is why there's, and this is, and then they give them a lot of drugs, and it's all based on all those things, and it's such a, it's such a total mind control, mind fuck, because all these images are in social media, and they're so prominent. They're so prominent. I have to say, okay, well, eventually I'm gonna go into Beyonce, and I'm gonna go into Jay-Z, yeah, because it's coming up. It's coming up. So, what else? I think that's what I want to say for as far. Let's see more Kanye's. I put my life on the line for. Oh no! Everybody knows the movie Get Out is about me. He's talking in code. He's not talking to you guys. He's talking in code. He's talking in code. Chris, don't play with me. You and the Kanye are not allowed around my children. I'm telling you guys, shit is getting real. So, what else? What else do I want to say about this? I think we're good with Kanye. Can we put Kanye and Kim to rest and understand the dynamic? Oh, and then so yeah, so as I mentioned, it's creating a rift between them. I don't know if they're gonna separate. I don't know, because Kanye apparently does love Kim. But the thing is that he's gonna have to make a decision, or she's gonna have to go into Christianity, because he's awakening, and he's been doing Sunday service. He's been doing, because it's the truth, and he's talked about it in his interviews, the power of music, the music that we're putting out into the sound waves, into the radio. Oh, please look up his rant. I'm gonna put a thing below so you can see it. Look up his rant. The radio lied to you, bro. The radio lied to you. That's a beautiful rant. And then after that rant, he supposedly had a breakdown, and he went into the psych ward and whatever. No, he didn't. That was nothing. Breakdown. They just took him there, and they took him to the psych ward because they want to do MK Ultra on him. They want to do the mind control bullshit on him. They told him, you need to diagnose yourself as bipolar. This is not right. This is whatever. They're just trying to control the poor man. This is why the Get Out thing is there. That's it. Because he's in between worlds. He's in between the Illuminati, and he's in between Christianity. So he's seeing all these things, and there's a lot of disruption. All right. We're done with Kim. We're done with Kanye. Let me see your comments. Let's see. Oh, that's it. John, I have a feeling that this is what happened to Kesha. This is exactly what happened to Kesha. Exactly what happened to Kesha. I have some bad news about Naya Rivera. So from these people that are prophets as well. Oh, so I am a prophet. I have the prophet things, and I've always known this. And we live in such mediocrity that we cannot shine. We don't let ourselves shine. Even some of my family members are jealous, right? I can't believe, and they're Christian. They're like super Christian, and they're jealous at the fact that I have visions. This is why I never called myself a prophet, but guess fucking what? I have that ability, and now I found my peoples on YouTube. So these that couple, Henry and Monique, they're also prophets, and it's just amazing. And the thing is that these people own it so much more. It's amazing. Okay, I was gonna say something about Peter sold their souls for some fake butts and high-end plastic surgery. That's just to cover the pain. That's to cover the pain. That's to be part of everybody, and that's to cover the pain. Those are low budget, high budget entertainments. That's to cover the pain. Okay, let me. Peter, I'm still holding your comment. I still have it. If you're still here. So, and then the last thing I want to talk about, which is, and this is where I'm gonna put this to rest. I've been here forever, but you know what? This is extremely important. Honestly, this is where the real mind control comes from. So, the last part that I want to talk about is Beyonce and Jay-Z, because they are the most influential hip hop royalty, and they don't worship the same God that we worship. They make it seem like they do, and this is what Satan does to people. They make it seem like they do, but they don't. And more is coming out. What do you want me to talk about more? Jay-Z or Beyonce first? Let's see. What do you guys want me to talk first? Who's worse? Or who's better? All right, well, I guess I just heard in my head, neither are better. That's crazy. I just said who's worse, who's better, and I heard in my head, neither are better. They're both the same. So, okay, so I'll talk about Beyonce first. Beyonce, I'm about to see one of my really good friends, and she loves Beyonce so much, but she's also really awakening, like really awakening. But she hasn't gotten to the Beyonce part yet, and it's gonna break her heart. So I was like, God, show me how true the whole Beyonce thing is. Because I know she knows everything. I know she's a part of it in some way. I know everything. She is supporting Trump, which is a good thing. She gave him $10 million, according to headlines. So I find that to be a good thing because, you know, at least invest the money in where it needs to be invested. Becky, Kanye is friends with both. Is that through appearance only? I'm not quite sure. I think through the years, they were more friends, and I think now they're not that friends. Just because I just don't feel that. Like when I think of them, I don't feel unity. But what happens is that Kim Kardashian she wants to be good with everybody. That's what Kim wants. She wants to be good with the Satanists, and she wants to be good with the Christians. I get her. That's what a lot of humans want. We want to be good with everyone. So, and because she does, you know, she did sell her soul to the devil a little bit, right? A lot, right? So, but ever since then, she's been trying to be a really good person. Like, she's been trying to really run her business, really whatever. But it's nothing that you could ever do will change the fact that what you did. And also, her little sister, how the effer are you a billionaire when you're not even, 25? Under 25, right? That is not normal, people. That is not normal money, especially when you just opened up a business. That is not normal money. I'm sorry. At least energetically, when I see that, when I feel that, I was like, no, there's something wrong there. I just know it. And there's different levels to richness. So I'll explain that in a second. So Kim wants to be good with everyone. And this is the problem. And Kanye, once you turn Christian or once you are awakened, you cannot hang out with the polar energy. The polar opposite energy. You cannot hang out with that energy anymore because you will not be able to really reach fulfillment and happiness. So you have to let those people go. So I don't know. I just know that she wants to be good with them. All right, Beyonce. So I told God, I'm like, God, can you please show me how true this is? Can you show me how true with the whole Beyonce is? Because I know she deals with that. I know she's part of the Illuminati in some way. But I want to know how deep it is for her. And the answer was, it's very deep. The answer was, it's very deep. I I saw. Oh yeah, I saw this girl. The universe. You know, my Lord Jesus. You see, I have so much love for like Jesus now. It's so cute. Like I have love for like Christianity. Like I think it's just beautiful and it's cute. It's not my thing entirely because I consider myself to be a starseed, but I get it. It's so cute. So anyway, I saw the testimony of this girl, and as she was speaking, I know she was speaking the truth because that's what God was pretty much telling me, and it's just sad and it's amazing. It's amazing. I will link that below. Also, you know what? I have a what is it called? I have a playlist called Universal Spirituality. I highly suggest you guys watch that playlist because I'm gonna start just adding videos that support the visions that I see, so you guys can all watch it. Okay. All right. So this young lady, pretty much around my age, she was a baby Christian, and she started hearing God, hearing the voice, right? And she loved Beyonce. She was a huge Beyonce fan, huge, and she had all the albums and everything, and she was at a time where she was it was just a very important time where God was revealing herself more. She was also undergoing like pregnancy things, so it was a vulnerable time. The reason why I'm saying is that vulnerable times are the times that usually that we can reach out to God, and that's when God can we can really hear him. So basically God had told her, don't go to her concert, like don't listen to her music. And but the thing is that it's a voice that it's in the back of your head, so we don't pay attention to that voice. And she was like, she's like, it's been nudging me, but I was like, you know, that's weird, you know. No, it's Beyonce, of course I'm gonna listen to Beyonce. Like, no, I'm not gonna listen to that part of myself. And so and then she bought the ticket, and she loved Beyonce so much, she spent, you know, $300 on the ticket. She bought the ticket that day. She there was a security guard that she knew, that she happens to know, and she was like, oh my God. And so the security guard actually got her from like one side of the bleachers to pretty much right like front stage to her. And at that moment she was like, oh my God, like this is God's work, like this is amazing. And she was telling her friends, and she was just like, this is amazing. Like, and this is how I remember feeling this way too when I was manifesting, and thinking that is all amazing, it's all good, but it's really a lesson. God gives you these manifestations as lessons. So she went to the concert, and she was praying God, and she was so happy. And then she said that Beyonce came out, and it was Beyonce. And she's like, oh my God, she came out in all her glory, and it's Beyonce. So the stage is like super ginormous, and the lights and everything. But when Beyonce came out, it wasn't Beyonce. It wasn't Beyonce. She said it was Beyonce, but her eyes, it looked like it was someone else. It looked like she was dead. It's just, there was no soul in her eyes. She's like, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't want to see it, and I couldn't understand it. But and then she's like, and then she said, and at that moment, that's when I heard God's voice louder than ever. That's when God really yelled at me. And trust me, God has yelled at me, so I get it. He said, you need to get out of here because I am not here. I am not in this place. He said something like that, and she said that she heard it so loud. Imagine, it's a concert, and you still like, oh, that's so cute, still hear God's voice saying, This is not me. I am not in this place. You need to get out of here. She said she understood everything so much that she started crying in the middle of the thing. She was crying, horrified at what she was seeing. And then she said that she saw Beyonce, like when Beyonce was really about to perform, she said she saw something else coming out of her. It's something else, she said. She's like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like this manifestation of something else coming out of her. And this is part of the possession. Yeah. This is part of the possession. So, needless to say, that was for me my confirmation at how satanic it is. Also, she just came out with something called Black is King. Black is King. That is super satanic. We think that she's talking about black people. She's not talking about black people, because if you watch it, she's not talking about black people. She's talking about the devil. And she's masking it under black people wearing white clothes. The devil masks himself wearing white clothes and saying that he's from God. And she's talking, I mean, it's a visual album of the riches of selling your soul and of witchcraft. But then what she does is that she adds some spirituality in it, but it's not real. It's what they have shown her, what they have taught her. And what these prophets say, which actually I believe it because I can see that, I can see it, is that, first of all, do not watch that video. If you're gonna watch that video, you have to do a prayer, because there's a lot of like black magic witchcraft in that video. Why is she doing that? No. And then she's talking about how it's I don't know, we're infinite and we're from the stars and this and that, so it confuses you. It confuses you. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm hated enough. I'm not hated. I really don't get that much hate. I get very little hate. But I know that I can trigger people so much. I mean, look at Fernanda. I know that I can trigger people so much. So I hate being the bearer of bad news. Yeah. But I saw it, and I saw the symbolism, and I saw the manipulation. And so then now this brings me to Jay-Z. And Jay-Z, apparently he was the one that, but they're just as bad. They're both bad. Because Jay-Z apparently was the one that really brought her into the Illuminati. But so what? She said yes, she's part of it. Didn't you remember years ago, there was a point where she was everywhere. She was everywhere. She was plastered everywhere. And I remember looking at that. I couldn't get away from her. And I remember looking at that and I was like, there's something wrong with this. And that was her. I know, now I'm being shown that that's the time where she really joined and she really like took off with that Satanist agenda. And then you say, well, but she sings from God, and she, because that's what I'm like, how? I'm like, damn, bro. And she has that that song Spirit. That song Spirit is like one of the most beautiful songs in the world. And and it's bigger than you and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, because she can still write about positive things, but she's carrying out a Satanist agenda. See where I'm coming from now? And that's what they do. Like, that's what Kim Kardashian tries to do. Like, she tries to do positive things, even though I don't see her doing any charity. I hardly hear her about doing any charity. And that's another thing that they're trying to, like, make you guys wake up. It's like, wealth has levels, dude. And when you get to a billionaire level, you like, if you're really a man from God, you just do philanthropy and you give that shit back. Because what's the point of being a billionaire? It's like winning the game of Mario Brothers. What happens when you win the game of Mario Brothers? There's nothing left for you to do as a human. What happens when you win the Mario game? There's nothing for you to left to do as a video game. You're done with the fucking game. So that's the whole point of being, like, that's what happens when you become a millionaire. You're done with the game. But they want to keep making money for what? That's a Satanist agenda. Because when you get to billionaire status, when you get to, not even, it's just, people from God don't need to get to billionaire status because it's pointless. What are you gonna do with that money? With your family, you're not gonna do anything like that, right? So people from God, what they do is that they create foundations. We give it back. We create schools, like philanthropy. You know, how many billions of dollars is Amazon? How much do they give away on charity? Hello, let's wake up now. And I'm saying Amazon outside of music because my higher self like told me Jeff Bezos is demonic as well. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave it for my family. You're okay with 200 million for your family. They're gonna live for a very long time and they're gonna continue to make that money. What are you gonna do with 200 billion? Like, it makes no sense. And this is why the devil is the devil, because it makes you do things, it runs you and it runs you until you hit the wall and you're like, what am I doing this for? Okay, power, prestige. I feel like a bad bitch. So what happens after I feel like a bad bitch? Nothing. You know? Like, yeah, okay, I have people eating from me. And then that takes me back to Peter's comment, which now I'm gonna talk about. Peter had an amazing comment. He says, I take this, most people are selfish, and hip-hop is the most narcissistic music of all because it's the Satanist agenda. It's literally fuck everything and everyone and your own future and living in the now narcissistic society. Narcissism is the Satanist agenda. Okay? And just know that narcissism can live in any one of us. It's up to us. This is why we have to heal so much. So that means that there's a little demon in all of us when we don't heal. So, you know, okay. Last thing I want to say is Jay-Z with, the last thing I want to do is like Jay-Z apparently is like really demonic. And I started looking into his lyrics and he says it. He says it. He says it in his lyrics that he keeps choosing the other path. I keep choosing the other path. I keep choosing, you know, God is here, but I choose the opposite. He says it in his lyrics. I'm not gonna go into it. And this is like I have two cherries on top. I have two cherries on top. Shit. He said, wait, why do every time I want to say something like really important, it's like I guess it's like the adrenaline and I go blank. Oh yeah, so there is it. Oh my god, I'll take two. Okay. So this is the part that shocked me. This is the part where I was like, oh my god, he really is from the devil. Like beyond the lyrics. Well, it is lyrics, but it's like it just feels so real. So you know how like in some music when you play it backwards, it has subliminal messages. By the way, music has so many subliminal. I guess I'll go into that. But like, music has so many subliminal messages, and sometimes it has messages when you play it backwards. He has a song, and I heard it, and I heard his voice, and I heard it all, and I'm so sorry what I'm gonna say. He has a song that says, when you play it backwards, it says, "Kill Jesus 666. Kill Jesus 666. Kill Jesus 666." And his last album, this is how the devil works. His last album, or one of his last albums, oh crap, actually, okay, well, his last album, oh wait, hold on. Okay, his last album is 444, right? Or at least one of his last albums. I don't keep up. Is 444. And so what they showed me is that the 444, when I saw that Jay-Z dropped this album long time ago, like what a couple of years ago, when I saw him, that I saw like 444 and stuff, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, Jay-Z is like maybe awakening, and he's doing an album for, like, you know, angels. This is the angel number. No, baby. No. No. This is just another disguise from the devil or the Satanist agenda, because they were talking about his lyrics in the 444 album, and it has Satanist lyrics. You know, it has him talking about choosing the other side and all this stuff, right? So inherently, and because he's part of the Illuminati and he's carrying the agenda, he became like the first black rapper billionaire. Out of fucking what? Out of what? I don't see people wearing Rocawear. I don't see him on TV that much anymore. So I knew when I saw that headline, I was like, that is iffy, that is not right. But that was a while, it was in two different time spaces. So I'm here like, so when I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, you know, like he, like it's, you know, he's from angels, like he's awakening, that's so great. And they're like, no baby, no, because when you really look into the album, you start to realize that the album is not of a angel or God nature at all. And also, because he is from the Illuminati, and because the album is not a clean album, what this is really referencing is the opposite. What is the opposite of each number of 4? What is left, right? 666. 666. That's what is left. So these are key codes. These are key codes for people. When you add the numbers, when you do numerology on the iPhone, and you add the numbers for the pressing pad or whatever the fuck, it's gonna come out to 666 as well. And I just thought, to me, it was really shocking when I heard Jay-Z's voice say, "Kill Jesus 666." That's when that was like the cherry on top for me. I was like, okay, I'm a believer. No Jay-Z. No Jay-Z. And then there's like a lot of other other artists that are part of this, you know. So I haven't dove deep into Lady Gaga so much, but I'm sure she was a part of it, because it's just from what I'm seeing is the same trajectory. Britney does not want to be a part of the secret societies. That is not her thing. But they're talking about how the music industry is completely infiltrated. It's completely infiltrated. Like, you are literally slave to them, because they say that in the movie industry, you have some wiggle room but not in the music industry because it's all mainstream, so they own it completely. Yeah. All right. Anything else I want to say? I I feel like somebody asked me something. Let's see. Kanye is friends with. I was a huge Destiny's fan when they ended and stopped following her and saw through it. Yeah. Just anything that makes you feel icky, guys, just stop listening to it and try to just listen to things that make you feel joyous. Okay, so now that we moved away from the mind control, I feel like I need to clear my brain. This hurts my head. Okay. So, so we moved away from the sad mind control of the mainstream music, right? Mainstream music. And the thing is that that's what most people think, that there is only. This is why we need to travel to other countries, because there's so much art and music and subcultures and so much more amazing things. So, like, life is so full of joy besides mainstream. So full of joy, so beautiful. So, if you're trying to be an independent artist, stop it. I mean, sorry, don't. If you're trying to be a mainstream artist, stop it. If you're trying to be an independent artist, go for it. Because you will have the control of how big you want to be instead of other people. And yeah, that's the real richness. Because you're going to have to fucking put our blood, sweat, and tears into learning how to not only be a musician, but be a leader. That's what God wants for you. You know? So just think of it like that. So I like to listen to techno and house music, because all the messages, like, first of all, I don't like words in music so much, because I love music so much. So for me, words are a distraction. But in house music and in techno, there is some words, and for the most part, they're super uplifting. They're all about, like, consciousness, and they talk about, like, a lot of, like, really uplifting things. And sometimes I hear some of my favorite, like, Teal Swan. She's she's on it. I almost feel like we're sisters, like, she's just somebody I get most of my confirmations. Not so much anymore, but she's Arcturian. She's another alien friend, right? So she talks a lot about trauma and consciousness and whatever. Sometimes I hear her in techno music. They get her voice, and she says something, like, really, like, beautiful and elaborate, and they'll put it in the music, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is so me, and it talks about manifestation and consciousness and vibrations and all this stuff, Reggae music is super uplifting. Marley knows. Sorry guys, it's just so sticky and so hot. Marley knows everything, Marley knows everything, and they're all about, like, talking about love and talking about all these things. So, like, anything that makes you feel really good. Another thing is, don't confuse love songs for other people. Many times God speaks to you through love songs, and you think that you're thinking about somebody else. That's not the other person. That's God speaking through you and to you, because you are his love, and you are in love, and you are, like, it's just the most beautiful feeling of understanding that you are love and I am that love, and God is speaking to me through these love songs. And at first it's weird, because we are used to pairing it with another human being, like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend thinking of me, or that's somebody, you know what I mean? Like, no, that is God speaking to you through love songs. So just think about that, guys. Think about music that really uplifts you. It's not that you have to listen to and gospel music all the time. No, just anything that is uplifting. And feel your feelings. It's okay to feel angry. Go play some angry music. Sure, go play your heavy metal and gangster. Try not to play gangster rap, because it's about killing people. okay? Anything that I feel like there's a trigger, you know what I'm saying? It's about killing people, but whatever. It's, do you, I love you, it doesn't matter. And then the last thing, and this is the cherry on top for everybody, and I am going to end with this today. The last thing I want to mention is that, and this is what made everything so concrete for me, is that is that in this dimension, apparently, like, so everything has an assignment. Everything in, yeah, everybody has an assignment. So like everything has a place in the planet. Everything, even people that are mean, people, even Donald Trump, that he's, you know, everybody thinks that he's a dick and all that stuff. He's only a dick he's a dick for a reason. He's talking to the deep state the whole time, you know, because they've been trying to degrade him the whole time. So when you see it from that perspective, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, that man is not a dick, you know? And he's also a free person who can talk however he wants to talk. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. That's silly, but I'm just giving you some references, right? Oh God, I forgot. Sometimes I over-explain and fucking forget. What was I saying? Oh, so everything has a place in the world. So it goes to show you, like, everything has a place in the world. So that means that Satan has a place in the world. And Satan's place in the world is that he is the god of music. He is, like, Satan's place in this dimension, apparently, or in the lower dimensions. Yeah, I want to say the lower dimensions more, because the higher dimensions, there's the Intergalactic Federation, okay? So just like there's a council, there's like the United Nations here in this planet, there's an intergalactic United Galactic Nations planet kind of thing, council. There's several councils. And so everybody has a place in the world, and Satan's place in the world is the lower dimensions, and he is in charge of the music. Boom. That doesn't mean he's in charge of you. Know your power. He's in charge of the music. And now you can see the game of evolution, right? The good guys and the bad guys. God created this earth. Not even this earth. God created the universe. And he created light and he created dark. So go play, children. I'm gonna give you free will. I'm gonna give you this. We're gonna elevate this, and we're gonna create worlds, and we're gonna create planets and atmospheres through this process. And Mr. Satan, you know, is in charge of music. Another thing is, don't be afraid of Satan. Do not be afraid of Satan. This is where they get you. Because you're powerful. You are the light. You're the light. So Satan is just, literally, Satan is just another construct. Like, the darkness is just another construct. So in other words, it doesn't have as much realness as you think it does. But if you're afraid of it, then you're feeding it. So that's why you have to walk very high, with your chin high. You have to know God. You have to know your light. Okay? God doesn't have to be G-O-D God. God is the universe, because that's how I started, right? The universe, universal iris, right? So you start with whatever feels comfortable for you. You want to worship anything? Sure. Yeah, right. Fear lowers your vibration, and they love that, because they're like, yes, come to me. You know? They love that. So, what else do I want to say about that? Yeah, don't be afraid of darkness. Another thing is, I want to talk about Lucifer really quick. I'm gonna make another video about this eventually, But don't be afraid of Lucifer. If anything, Lucifer is an angel. Lucifer is like the angel of darkness or some shit, right? So what you have to do is you have to call upon Lucifer so he can help you how to guide you through the darkness. Okay? Because they're here to assist you. I have one of my friends is she was a beautiful friend, client of mine. She sent me a prayer for Lucifer. I just want to show you because she was the psychic medium that was like, oh no, I'm not gonna deal with the negative spirits. Oh, I'm just gonna stay in my little bubble, and I'm just gonna like whatever, you know. And what happens is that it bit her in the ass, because as a psychic medium, you have to know the light and the dark. If not, you can't really do your job right. So and your job is not about going to work. Your job, I mean, I'm talking about your job as a human being and living life to the fullest and helping people. So Lucifer had a message for her. Lucifer came to her and he said, don't be afraid of me. I'm a part of this universe. Call upon me so I can teach you how to navigate these things. But you cannot, but don't be afraid of me like that. Like, so anyways, just she sent me the prayer. Give me 1 second. I hope it downloaded. There you go. Okay, actually I'll just bring it. Crap. Okay, Archangel Uriel. Sorry guys. Oh. I wanna give this to you. I really want to give this to you so you can understand how to navigate through darkness, okay? So this is why it's really important. Because we're so afraid of darkness. Even like when I woke up to my gifts more like recently, and I started learning about darkness, there was a part of me that I didn't want to go outside at night. I was like, oh, this fucking demons and shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. You know, like, there was a part of me that I was like, fuck, you know, but no. Now it's like, no, baby. I could walk alone and nobody's gonna fuck with me. Because you have to do your prayer. Because these are seals. They seals. You can seal your energy. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. She sent me Lucifer too. What the hell? Yeah, apparently it didn't download, guys. I'm sorry. 725. Oh. Beloved Archangel. Come on, but she has sent me another one. Uriel. Okay, here we go. Lucifer. This is what you have to help you understand darkness and navigate through this. This is what you have to this is a prayer that you can say to Lucifer. So here it goes. Lucifer, I ask that you surround me with your light as I walk this path of darkness. Allow me to integrate both dark and light. Allow me to keep in my mind's eye the image of you as God's most powerful angel. I draw strength from this power. Thank you. Your beloved Lucifer. So Lucifer is here to show you that you don't have to necessarily be afraid of the dark, but you have to acknowledge it. Because when you don't acknowledge something, that's when it can take power over you. And this is why we also have to, the way that we say goodbye to things, we have to, like, even in trauma, like we cannot just, even in addictions, you cannot just cold turkey end an addiction and think that you're free from darkness. No. You just press the stop button. You know, when you walk away cold turkey from an addictive behavior, you're not healing it. You just press the stop button, the pause button, right? So when you need to go and face your darkness, this is a beautiful prayer. I'll say it one more time. Lucifer, I ask that you surround me with your light as I walk this path of darkness. Allow me to integrate both dark and light. Allow me to keep in my mind's eye the image of you as God's most powerful angel. And I draw strength from this power. Thank you. You know, because at the end of the day, we all belong to God. So Lucifer, at the end of the day, belongs to God. He's just assigned a certain area. Okay? Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And this was a hell of a life. I think we went to the pit of the pit of the pit, to be honest. I'm happy. I hope that you guys can recover from this rabbit hole. And eventually I'll be doing more videos on darkness, on helping you understand darkness. I'm still learning more on darkness, but it's necessary. It's so important to be okay with your darkness. It's so important. That's how we heal, honestly. Oh wait, I gotta read your comments. Oh, Lucifer, I know. He was given the free will, like we were all given, and he was like, no, I don't like that task, you know? Thank you, guys. I love you all. And don't forget to share this and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And you know where to catch me if you want daily stories. You can always follow me on IG at universal_iris. And I'll catch you guys next week. And I'll see ya. Mwah. Bye.